Hey y'all, Matt, Massive Beers here, back with another beer review. Courtesy of my boy Steven. Be a little bit of Mikkeller San Diego up in this piece in the form of their old Nagelfar? Nagelfar? I don't know. I didn't look it up. I will butcher this name to no end. This is an ale aged in bourbon barrels. Barleywine style ale. 11.6% alcohol by volume. That's it. Enjoy, says in here. Steven sent me off a box of Christmas beers, as he is wont to do from time to time. And he sent off a bunch to actually a lot of the beer tubers. Sent me off more specifically because I was on my little beer hiatus, stuff that would age. And this one, the second I opened it kind of super piqued my interest. Something about the label, very much kind of like, what do they call that? Purgatory River Styxy, kind of creepy, almost Halloween-like kind of vibes in here. This is a 2021 offering. Like I said, Barleywine, aged bourbon barrels, Mikkeller style. Not a big hiss. I don't care. It's Barleywine, not even barley wine. It's Barleywine. Let's get aggressive. There's not much carbonation in this sucker. Where did I put my little quirky thing? Oh, I think it's actually in a bottle. Anyway, we'll leave that right there. Label's alright, There's something super ghetto about it that piques my interest, that makes me a little bit giddy. I mean, I can sit here and say it's like the best thing I've ever seen, but there's something about it. Something about the basicness of it that makes me all kinds of happy. And that is what barley wine is supposed to look like. A nice, rich, kind of a bit darker, what would I call it? Mocha-colored head, almost. Beautiful kind of carbonation on the edges. There wasn't a big carbonation when I actually poured it, but you can see that it's kind of lively on the edges here. How it's kind of like just kind of cascading up and just kind of still existing around. See how close this camera can get the focus. There we go. And it has that doo-doo water effect that I really want in my barley wines. I just want to have that kind of murky doo-doo brown. And we are off to a very good start. Legs for days. Nose. Yes. 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 That smells so good. It smells so good. It really does. Really, really does. Wow. I'm a fan. Yeah. It's Sugar Daddy. It's different than Sugar Daddy, though. It's like if you did, like, Sugar Daddy Extra. If you made Sugar Daddy with a little bit more richer caramelized kind of maltiness, a little molasses in there. So it's molasses, Sugar Daddy, leaning a little bit into that raisinettiness. So you got a little pruny there. You got a little bit of that chocolate kind of vibe going on. So there's a lot of different things going on here. It doesn't come off hot by any stretch. It smells like a really, really old barley wine as opposed to a big bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. Man, it smells really good. Really good. That barrel and that beer has melded together beautifully, like perfectly. Like I said, if I got this blend, I would assume I would probably eventually get to the point where, like, is it barrel aged? Isn't? I don't know, but it really does come off as like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 10-year-old English barley wine more than anything else. Just that rich caramel, toffee kind of thing, but further aged beyond that. Like I said, that Sugar Daddy leaning into the raisinettiness, but a little bit more spiciness, a little bit more molasses kind of coming on. Now, maybe that's a little barrel char, maybe stuff like that, but it really does kind of come off as one big cohesive barley wine. Yeah. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's delicious. That is 100% absolutely MFing delicious. Like, just delicious. Like, yeah. That good. Good God. Mikkeller. San Diego bringing that heat, son. Yeah, I think this is already just Mount Rushmore status barley wines. Past year or so. That good. And I've had some pretty good ones. This is up there with some of the better ones I've had. That Gold Strap from Other Half. And who else killed it on the barley wine front? A bunch of people made some really, really good barley wine this year. But as far as just pure, exactly what this guy is looking for, which is to a T, from the nose to the taste. Maybe a little bit more kind of hazelnutty, a little bit more nutty, a little bit more toastier kind of maltiness to it, but still, it is that rich toffee, date, figgy, pruniness that translates for me more of like a darkened version of sugar nutty, leaning into a raisinettiness. That is absolutely fantastic. Drinks like a dream. The mouthfeel here is to die for. It's sweet. It's supposed to be sweet. It's a barley wine. But I think the cool part here is the sweetness isn't long-lived. It's a big kind of snap of sweetness, settles, and then kind of rides out. And I think that's a testament to the low ABV. I think you made this a little higher ABV. It's a little bit more sweet. I think you get that pop of sweetness from that liquor, that spirit. That doesn't come off boozy, but brings a bit more sweetness. But then you have that lower ABV, so it kind of rides down to that. And like I talked about, that nuttiness and the chocolate, a little bit of kind of darker charriness. I think that is the barrel char coming into play, but it's really, really hard. And this is probably the beautiful part about the beer. Probably if I'm going to sit here and kind of talk about my favorite part of the beer, is that it's such a great blend. You know, or I shouldn't say blend because they don't talk about this beer being a blended beer. I am assuming this is a blended beer. But the way this beer is kind of mashed together and became cohesive, the beer and the barrel and all of that are not individual in any form or fashion. Everything here is melded together. Everything here is playing in concert. It's very cohesive. It's very, very perfectly balanced as far as all that goes. And like I said, that's where this kind of tricks you into thinking you're drinking a 8, 9, 10-year-old English barley wine as opposed to a bourbon barrel-aged barley wine, which I think is a very exciting thing, at least for me, and kind of that trickeration of doing that, not just being like, oh, it's a big barrel-aged barley wine bomb. All day with that goddamn thing. All day. Good God. I always forget what a little time thing is. And my recordings tell me how long I've been recording for. Oh, there it is. New camera. New setup. First world problems. Oh, thank you very much, Stephen, for sending this off. This is, like I said, it's just plain and simple. If you like the old guard barley wines, or you like really aged English barley wines, this is going to be like wheelhouse for you in a very, 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 very tasty and beautiful way. There's really not much more to say about it. Just old-ass, beautiful, well-done, VSOJ level, delicious, Hardy's style, old stock, 10 years old kind of awesomeness. In a very beautiful package. There's no added adjuncts here. There's nothing crazy. It's a barrel, bourbon, barley wine, aged. I'm really curious about how long the age is. Aged and just blended and kind of macerated, like it's was that a cherry? Together in a beautiful way. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, Mount Rushmore status. One of the better barley wines, barrel aged or otherwise, that I've had over the past year or so, hands down. Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much, Stephen. Again, very, very, very cool. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's delicious. If you can get this, get it, because it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really curious about the price point on this one. Steven, you gotta let me know. Please, 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 and please let me know if you've had this. Let me know what you think of this beer, because I think this beer is absolutely fantastic. I could probably, if you tell me this beer is, I want it for 15 or less. Don't get me, I want it for $1, but realistically, 15 or less. But if you said this is a $20 bottle, I'm not buying a ton of these, but I'm buying it. It is that good. So, thank you very much, brother. I assume you bought this off a shelf. Yeah, let me know where you got this too, Steven. If you kind of ordered it from out that way or just found it on a shelf, I assume it's just on a shelf. So, yeah, there you go. Reviewing the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, let me know what's what when it comes to this beer, if you've had it or not, and the whole nine, what you paid for it, and there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. We'll see you next time. Cheers.